Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Community Lab, Back to the Lab series. We're playing Toy Fighter tonight. My name is Ratttz. Joining me on the microphone, I have Strict Filter.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a good night tonight.
We're going to be walking you through this extremely cool bracket. I love this game. I think it's just the bee's knees. It's a 3D fighter. 3 buttons punch, kick, and dodge. Players are going to be attacking each other. You can press and hold the dodge button to hop over lows or avoid various attacks, but you'll get blown up by throws and colored attacks. All sorts of neat stuff in this game, whether it's huge gimmicks like losing a bunch of health to bomber cancels, throws, you name it. It's got a unique stock-based health system unlike anything else, unless you've played an N64 or Fighter's Destiny shares a similar system. Masa and Bear should be firing off match calls any second now, so let's get over to the game capture zone. Do I have scoreboard edit ready? I do. I've figured it out. I'm a genius. We hope you've been having a wonderful week since our last bracket. I'm looking forward to bringing this game to you. I'm normally not a humongous fan of Run and Flycast. I actually the delay for commentary can make it very challenging to run. But should be cool. We have our very first stream match call going out. It's going to be Strict Filter versus SpaceySoundy. So my understanding is this is Spacey's first time playing this game, and I'm pretty sure that this is also Strict Filter's first time in bracket. So I'm really interested to see how these two learn this game like on the fly. There's a bunch of different things that make this game really different, like the rhythm game that you play in order to break or reverse throws. And dumb gimmicks. I won't lie to you. I'm a huge fan of the Mifune orange attack gimmick. So if Mifune enters sword stance, then hits you with his orange attack, he can immediately follow up with a red attack that is extremely difficult to tech. The only time I've gotten out of it, I'm pretty sure it was because my character had weirdly small hitboxes and like my opponent was a little slow on firing off the attack.
All right. So I'm called up, and that means I'm gonna turn my mic off. But I think we're ready. So you're all lined up.
Yes, I'm ready for you.
Okay,
Anytime. Flycast always
first to 2.
Yep.
Or just unranked. First to 2s.
Whichever you like, if provided that you keep track of your games, it's okay if you play unranked. Some players are actually have decided not to be ranked. So like Lexi, you can't challenge to first to 2, I don't think.
I'll just do unranked and we can keep track. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. I'll be back in a bit.
Yep. All right, good luck, Strict Filter and SpaceySoundy. Getting a match in just a bit. Lexi telling me it's spacing based, whether or not you can get out of it. Oh, depending on your spacing, you tech in different ways. That's funny. Alrighty. Can I get some audio, please? There we go. That's much better. All right, on the left, I have Strict Filter. And on the right, I have SpaceySoundy. You have the classic Vitamin versus Mifune. Both these characters quite strong. Vitamin's jab pressure is heinous. In fact, if Vitamin wants to like put you in the dimension for a pretty long time, she can manage to achieve this. SpaceySoundy getting the first stock with Mifune, but taking a lot of damage. In spite of being a speed and a rushdown based character, Vitamin does a pretty decent amount of damage relative to other rushdown characters like Peet. Ooh, an unteched throw. That's going to take 2 stocks. So this game is pretty lenient about teching throws. It's pretty easy, but if you plink the buttons, if you don't press P and K simultaneously, you can definitely miss a tech pretty easily if you're sloppy with it. All right, Spacey finding another stock. Looking pretty in control. Oh, the bomber! Oh. What a great reaction from Spacey. So when you are charging a bomber, you're in a counter hit state. So you can get blown up by yellows. And if you get thrown, you're going to get the dodge yellow bar, which is a little bit harder to tech. The yellow bar is different than it's a little bit different depending on what throw you're using. So like it's not just like a generic yellow bar. It's basically like a shrinked down version of the blue portion of your throw. So the blue portion is the throw break window, and the red one is for reversing. And every different blue bar features a completely different like throw reset scenario. Some characters have pretty strong situations they can conjure up out of throw break. SpaceySoundy with a bit of a lead. We're in sword stance. We figured out how to do it without using a move to get into it, which is pretty good. Oh, a missed tech! Oh, that was so close. Greeting for the reversal. Teching throws and doing fast stuff is a little bit difficult, so we're playing on Flycast, and you set your own input delay. So you gotta be aware when you're greeting for big reversals what your input delay settings are, and that the feeling is going to change just a little bit. Right, SpaceySoundy. Oh, mashing up close against Vitamin, not a great idea. Mifune, oh my god, another throw. Well, congratulations to SpaceySoundy. That was 2. Sorry for not operating the scoreboard. I'm sort of enraptured by Toy Fighter. I think this game is just fantastic. Alrighty.
All right.
Next
Well
up is
done,
going to be
Spacey.
me versus Doomstruck. We're going to play unranked because I don't know what the situation is going to look like. Bump, bump, bump. We're in winners round 2, right? Yes.
Yep.
All right, I have to juggle a bit at the same time here. Where is... And I also have to stream to the Discord.
Right, thank you.
Let me just double check. Okay, it has the right stream settings. Ooh, a Kaeruman. Really? This will be pretty funny.
You're a Peet player. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to play symbols. I played a bit of Neji.
Doomstruck's rocking the Kaeruman today. Was doing symbols last time we played him. But Ratttz pulling out the Peet. Punch, but does not get much off it. Ratttz runs to the wall, or the ring, I should say. But then quickly comes back with kicks. gets a good wake up attack there. Going back and forth here, trading blows. 1 heart down each. Pulls out that that colored attack to mess with Doomstruck's dodge. Doom on the ropes, jumping in, taking a splash on the chessboard. Launch, nothing off of it. Going for some like low game shenanigans. Looks kind of annoying to deal with on Rattz's side. So evened up, 3 hearts each. And Ratttz in the lead now. Breaks the throw. Oh yeah, there's a parry. I completely forgot about the parry thing. The forward plus throw input does some kind of like knockback. Alright, Ratttz gets in with the color attack, gets a launch in. Gonna put the pressure on. Doom's in the corner on the edge of the ring, I should say. Pushed out, going in for a jump-in launch kick with a tricky throw. Really nice play. But Ratttz takes it with a throw out of the air.
This game is really funny in the sense that
Yeah,
you can like air attempt me just so casually.
Right, you can get launched and like throw them with your feet while you're in the air. It's better than burst, I guess you would say. Ratttz putting the mix on. Throw, close break there. Almost was the counter throw that does damage. It's over. He's taken to the corner again. Trying to get on that ring, but isn't quite connecting. They're just going in for some strike damage. Wow, Ratttz blows Doom out of the ring. Well done, well done.
Oh, GG's.
This game's a riot.
It's so funny. It's so funny. So bombers are broadly not very good. They're pretty reactable and you can get out of situations, but when you have an Oki, when you have like just a little bit of Oki and your opponent's far enough away that they have to get up and then get to you and then still hit you, they have like a niche use there where like if they're not respecting you or like they don't quite understand that situation, then you can absolutely blow them up with a bomber. And it can be a lot of fun. We have another stream match call coming up. It's going to be Milky Cao versus Rowan. Lexi, aka Milky Cao, is quite a strong opponent, but Rowan has been working on a vitamin for quite some time, and I've definitely liked what I've seen. So this will be an exciting match, I think.
It looks like they're in it.
Yep, so I'm going to spectate. I'll share the old screen. And I have Rowan. Oh, looks like they jumped out of match. Well, I've definitely collected some data playing against a Kaeruman, which is that you might not be able to rely on TKP pressure up close, which I'm sort of not surprised by. So a lot of the faster characters, they have like various ways to loop pressure up close. It's pretty common to try and loop like standing jab pressure to annoy somebody or to like up close. If you're playing against symbols or hero with slow jabs, you can sort of just walk up to them, press punch, like a single punch, end your string, and then they might still struggle to reply if you just keep doing that. And if they try to atemi, then you could like rotate your options for a colored attack and blow them up. You could just delay, punish them that way, and then return to the same situation. It's very funny. And so characters like Peet, Kaeruman, Gushiken, and Vitamin, they all can do this in a really, really annoying way. I guess Neji can do it at like different ranges. It's just awkward for Neji because his damage is so low that like you don't want looping pressure. You literally need any reason to keep playing Neji. Oh, brother. It looks like we have some technical issues. So Rowan's saying maybe I need to be player 2. Flycast is funny. Definitely the comedy of emulators for running bracket. I actually quite like it when I'm playing online casually.
I will chime in to say it might warrant us testing Arcadizia's implementation of it down the line, but you know, if it continues to prove an issue. But yeah, generally using like launching it from the FightKit folder and doing match codes tends to work for me. So definitely try that out first, and try swapping around the host and the joiner.
Lexi's saying something.
Yeah, Rowan's having controller issues. It says works in test mode, but not working in the match, and I think that might be a player position mix-up, but that's a guess.
I believe Flycast also has a menu option to map to arcade and to map to Dreamcast. Let me just double check that real quick.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
So
this would be an arcade game. Let's see, settings, controller. Yeah, as long as you're port A, you should be good if you're port A. Looks like we got it.
Okay.
Right, back on. They're back in Fightcade, so
okay, they definitely moved. So I have Rowan on the left and Lexi on the right. All right, Hero. Character's obnoxious. He's got a pretty good low mix-up. He's got really scary throws. So just like Rue, got a whole mess of throws, and also like Rue, he's got a bunch of throws that if you immediately tech, you'll lose the throw, and a bunch of really early throws too. So like he can condition you to tech in different ways and then get punished for it. But Rowan has definitely managed to find a bunch of damage running up. Lexi with the ring pressure. I find that Hero's got he doesn't have a ring kick like most characters. He's got a ring punch, and it's quite a bit faster, I found, than the other characters, which makes it a pretty great option, I find. Yeah, grab from across the level, off the ring.
Wild.
Yeah, he can throw you basically anywhere. It's really funny. Oh, a missed tech from Rowan at the last second. Yeah, so you see he's got like the three hit kick where he spins around. If he cancels, if he ends his string early, then he can like do like the flipping white attack. Like, it's very cool.
The ring strike. And it's to the corner. Oh, we're do-si-do in here. We're going all over the place. Rowan, I think, is afraid to get close to Milky. Just those throws are super threatening. 2 hearts on them. 2 hearts remain, so that'd be instant death, I guess. 1 strike. And the bomber does 3 or 4.
Those three whole stocks. That's right.
3 whole stocks. Okay.
Hero's bomber is really not a threat. Really, like, it's a grab, so it doesn't really travel all that far. Vitamin's bomber is a little bit funnier because it hits in like a big AOE, and I think that if you ground roll,
Hit. That is just what we were talking about it. Oh wow.
No!
Brainy play.
That is so funny. We get it twice. Game after game, the chat is speechless. This game is the best. I love this game. All right, we're doing a little bit of pokey neutral. We're reversing some throws.
A chain of reversals.
A little close for comfort on that last tech.
Yeah.
Just a little bit earlier, and I feel like Lexi would be in trouble. Rowan has not shown us.
Late break.
Looking for a reversal, does not find it. Rowan does have some extremely cool looping grab pressure off of 2 People's K, but hasn't shown it to us yet today. I think mostly because Rowan's afraid of being up close to Lexi.
Gets in uncontested. Scary stuff. Hero. Okay.
Oh, what a great sequence.
That was great, yeah.
Okay. More ring punching.
Okay, trying to be scary with the frying pan.
Yeah.
Trying to make Milky flinch, I think, but Milky's playing confidently. Just going in and out,
flip.
probably looking for good opportunities to throw. Yeah. Back to the ring, and that'll win on life point. It's a 1-1. Anybody's game.
I love how he's named Hero, but he's very clearly a villain. Like, my man is out here cackling. Anytime he's idling, he's actually slowly inching towards you. He's the only character whose idle animation moves, which is really funny.
Huh. That is.
He's a monster. Like, get this guy out of here.
Only a monster would call himself a hero. Be real.
Rowan better respect these ring punches. That damage does add up. Like, it's not insignificant. And it's unblockable damage. Okay.
Break. Jabs. Face back.
Owen was trying to build some jab pressure. Heroes really struggles against jab pressure because he does not have a fast way to interact. Like, he struggles to interact with characters like Vitamin if they represent that sort of pressure. Okay. No, an early tech. Oh my god.
4 hearts to 3. I was going to come back with some damage here. Even it out. Oh, good break. Reverse escape. Okay. I thought damage would happen, but
yeah.
It got negated somehow.
All right, we're looking very even here. But Rowan with this pressure, and great Oki too. So Vitamin has a very complicated Oki route relative to other characters because a lot of her grounded attacks whiff on people who are laying down. So you have to read what your opponent is doing and react. No!
There's a break. Left with 1 heart. It's going to be hard to come back from. Oh,
yeah.
Alright, gets it on the life.
Lexi definitely cool to just back up, play this nice and easy. With 24 seconds left on the clock, yeah.
Yep, just noticing that too. They're looking pretty low, but still time.
The clock doesn't move especially fast, but timeout is a very real consideration. If you don't land throws, you know, you're... Ooh, okay. Rowan almost got the funny ring kick off the reverse.
Okay. Just for it again. Maybe a 3rd time. 4 seconds remain. It's looking like Milky's game.
Oh,
Unless something really
Rowan.
lucky happens here. 1 second
No
remains.
way!
Oh my
No
goodness!
way!
Why?
Rowan! Wow. Wow, Rowan. Holy shit, with 0 on the clock. Rowan for real. Congratulations. That was so cool. Thank you. That was worth the wait. For sure. Damn. Next up, it's going to be me versus SpaceySoundy in winter semis. Challenge is a liar. And says that it's winner's quarters, but just a liar.
Alright, I'll be watching you. So don't forget to stream here.
Mm-hmm. Spacey is available. Play some unranked. Bonk bonk. Beam to the old Discord. Where is it? There it is.
Yep.
And hit that.
Good. So Ratttz on player 1 side. Going with Peet again, and SpaceySoundy, Mifune, Sword Dragon. Ratttz coming out swinging here. Mifune is answering back. And juggle in, pushing out to the ring though. Ratttz takes that first life point down. He's eager to get back up. He kicks, but Peet stays dodging. Some of that jab mix-up pressure Ratttz has been talking about. Alright, 2-heart lead here. Coming back though. Sword seems a little slow. I'm guessing it does a lot of damage if you can land it. Yep, and a jab will take it there. Is that a bomber or just a big strike? It looked like a colored attack.
It is it takes a whole heart if it connects.
Okay.
Which is what the red helps signify.
Kick coming out from Spacey, looks like a high. And there's another high from Ratttz, the Tatsunoko, I guess. It's just like straight up hurricane kick. Gotta love some in-genre references. Gets the escape. He's fighting for those hearts. And denied. Ratttz flip kicking all the way to the edge of the ring. Putting the pressure on. Basically takes a breath. Getting some backspace. There comes the sword. 1 life point down. Basically now at 1-2 here. Oh, gets the sword strike on Ratttz. But she comes back with a spin punch. Up 1. Basically sticks with Mifune. We're going to Western Town. Boy Toy Park. Right out the gate with a throw. Trying to get one in like during the scramble of like title cards and stuff being flown around. It really lets you just get into the match. I think there's like some kind of penalty for doing that. I'm sure there is. You can like start the match before the timer's down. With the hilt of the sword, that's a quick one. Alright, so Spacey controlling some space here. Knocking the ring. Alright, evened up. Each is kind of putting out a high-low mix of their own. I'm just trying to win on strikes here, I think. Maybe conditioned towards a throw. A launch will take that heart away. Play by Ratttz flip kicks, but interrupted with a wake-up kick. Well timed there from Spacey. Here comes a sword. It's blocked. Lucy Doe back to the ring edge. Goes for a kick, but does not connect. Been ineffective anyway, so here comes a spin. Been a little wild here. Got a life lead, so why not? Yeah. Alright, Ratttz has 3 hearts, Spacey's got 2. And now each have 2. It's even again. Interrupts the breaker, or the bomber, excuse me. And I guess that's a throw tech. Meter doesn't even pop up. Oh, escaped. Picked up off the ground. Ratttz comes in with some tricky kicks. Breaks the throw, okay. And punches to take that heart away. Spacey's now got 1 heart left. Could win with the throw or a bomber, but okay. Make some steady progress here. 1 heart each. Big sword comes out. Doesn't connect quite like they had hoped. Looking for that opportunity, and there it is. Come back in with a punch. Ratttz gets it 2-0 over Spacey. That was a close one, though.
Thanks for playing. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's so hard for a bunch of different characters to like disengage from Peet. 6-6P is that little like spinny lunging punch. It'll duck a lot of highs, and if you like try to take a step back and then counter poke, it's actually just gonna hit you. Like you're not gonna be able to just step away, which makes it really difficult for characters like Mifune, who are like looking for those big counter hits in order to get their game going. So like they would love to get into sword stance and then hit you with the orange launcher if you come close. But Mifune's damage is like severe. Like it's quite good, the amount of damage that he has. And so I don't know that Peet's offense like always matters. We are already in stream match, so I'm gonna hop over. We're watching Derpy Kong versus rowanfr. I have Kaeruman, Derpy on the left. Rowan on the right. I'm not looking because I'm butzing with the scoreboard, so give me a moment. Alrighty, yeah. So this looping grab pressure off of 2 PK from Vitamin, really scary. And obviously if you don't tech it, like you just eat shit. There's like a weird situation where if you reverse it, and then if you reverse Vitamin's throw and then she reverses it back and you if she breaks, the situation can like reset. And so now you're just back in that throw pressure like repeatedly as you try to reverse it. But if you just break out of it, you don't get advantage. You just get out of the situation, which is very funny.
Might as well hop on while Strict Filter is busy playing his match.
Oh, sure.
This game is pretty entertaining, though. I guess what's like the kind of layer 1 of this game, right? It's just using strike, throw, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But as you get better, throw gets a lot worse. And that's where the colored attacks come in. Because you might defend high-low with dodge, but once you start dodging, you know, colored attacks are going to ruin your day. And some of the colored attacks are just solid, like they do more damage. When blue attacks counter hit, they do like double or triple their normal damage.
Mm-hmm.
Derpy finding a way back into this match after an early lead from Rowan. Derpy probably feels like he has to figure out Rowan's pressure first, which...
And so your answer is the colored attacks usually like block and punish, or they like preemptively use your own attack?
So that's funny. There are a bunch of colored attacks that are... Oh my god! What a great Great Atemi. Let's
Unbelievable.
go. The Atemi is at the bottom of... No! A derpy bomber! Let's go. That is the signature technique that Derpy Kong has found. There's a situation where Kaeruman can immediately cancel into his bomber and do a whole grip of damage. Wow, we're really swinging in this match. Rowan with an early throw. Derpy not respecting 2P plus K. That throw is really scary on Vitamin. And if you're caught while dodging, like the tech window is really small. Okay. We're doing a little bit of pokey neutral. Kaeruman has definitely got some damage on here. Rowan respecting the dive. I don't know how you interact with the dive other than to hope that they whiff and then hopefully like clean up the situation here.
Yeah, these have been very good escapes, but that's going to be the situation. I feel like both these characters have some pretty good pokes, some pretty good kick buttons going around.
Oh, yeah. No,
Ooh.
I feel very strongly about Vitamin's strength as a character. We haven't seen too deep of a run of Vitamin in bracket before, so this will be pretty interesting. Rowan really on the verge, looking really in control here. Looking to delete this second to last heart. Oh yeah, a single low is going to do it.
Yeah, it's looking pretty tough for Derpy to make it back, but not impossible. Plenty of time on the clock.
He's really looking for a good knockdown. That way he can set up for a Derpy bomber. But against a character like Vitamin, and with this little health, it's very difficult. Okay, Rowan just... Wow. Okay, so Rowan actually decided to Atemi that, which... Oh, man. So if you Atemi it, then you can punish. It's... I feel like the risk reward's really bad. Because if you miss it, you eat 3 hearts. It's really spooky.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But in that scenario, it was really clutch, I feel. Derpy with a strong beginning to this round. We're 1-1.
Oh, good escape. When you escape, are you always like 0, or is there a slight advantage here?
Every different throw has a different scenario on throw break.
I see.
And you have to memorize
But there's no
them.
there's no guaranteed like you are plus enough to link a jab or something, right? It's always kind of a read.
Yeah, more or less. So after 2P plus K reversal throw break, Vitamin is plus enough that she can always threaten a jab, and the opponent can't. And if you respect the jab, then she resets the situation. So, like, some throw shenanigans, stuff like that has been developed, but it's not that common yet. The game is still... We don't have accurate frame data, so it's pretty difficult for people to know exactly how good everything is. There's a lot of vibes going on.
Yeah, I guess doing frame data in 3D games is a little difficult just because like animations are a lot more complex.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a little bit of animation blending in Toy Fighter. So like when somebody stops moving, or when an attack is no longer active, like how do you know which one is the first idle frame by looking at them? It's pretty difficult. All right, Derpy Kong with a bit of a lead. Single heart. Rowan looking to even it up.
And dive, I assume there is, save on block.
Yeah, there's a bunch of really goofy gimmick attacks that if they're not like 0 or close to it, they have enough push block that it's difficult for you to punish.
I see.
Okay. Rowan would love to start.
Oh.
Yeah, you see.
Last second, yeah.
All right, Rowan needs to find a lot of damage pretty fast. Okay, that's a great start. We're now even with 10 seconds on the clock. It's anyone's game. Oh, some dodging coming out from Derpy.
Okay, stuffs the blue attack there with jabs. This is very close. I'm pretty sure they're tied in life, actually. Okay. Oh, okay. That's a hit.
How close? Who? Rowan!
I'm stunned right now. Oh my god.
Rowan! Congratulations on defeating my bracket demon before I have. Rowan! Let's go! Oh my god. Alright. Now with some excitement out of the way, I do want to tell you all about some upcoming brackets here at the Community Lab. This coming Tuesday, June 17th, we have Ring of Destruction Slam Masters 2. Bear, you know something about this game. Tell me all about it.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad I'm here right now. Ring of Destruction is a sequel to Capcom's Saturday Night Slam Masters, and Saturday Night Slam Masters is a straight wrestling game, but this is a fighting game. This is a game where you have you have 4 buttons and a grab button. So you got a dedicated grab button. You can follow it up with throws or an Irish whip. You can do a dashing jump that goes very low, like a KOF hyper hop, and you can chain attacks. So it's this very fast-paced, frenetic fighter that you can combo into throws, you can taunt to boost your damage, and there's never a dull moment in this game.
Hell yeah. The following Tuesday, June 24th, we have One-on-One on the PlayStation. One-on-One is a basketball fighting game. Instead of the normal block, attack, throw, One-on-One replaces throw with steal, and all of the face buttons are actually like directions. So like up and down when you hold the ball allows you to pass your opponent on the left or right side, and then you can attack or block with the other face buttons. This game's really unique with a bunch of really cool looking characters and a bunch of cool little tricks to it. I think you're really, really going to enjoy. It's very strange. It was also featured in a Combo Breaker Mystery Grand Final, so that's how I got entered on my radar. Doomstruck announcing shoutouts to Angel basketball player. Shoutouts to Monbay. You know what? Shout out to the Monkey Man in One-on-One. We love you. All right, July 1st, we have Street Fighter 3 Second Impact Giant Attack, I guess is the additional subtitle.
Yeah, it's funny. I will say one thing about, Second Impact. I have a friend, Heather, who has been, really into this game, has basically filled out the bulk of the wiki herself, and has kind of clarified for people that, Sean is good in this game, Ibuki is good in this game, but it's still probably like Akuma, Yun, and maybe like, I think Ken or something that makes up the top 3. This game has some similarities to Third Strike, it has some differences. It's got proximity throws, it's got different types of air parry, because you can parry forward to kind of stall yourself, or you can parry down in the air to, fall down, as it works in Third Strike. And, it's pretty different. It's got a higher damage overall. I think people will enjoy it even if they're not total fans of Third Strike.
Yeah, my impression of this game is that it's much more aggressive than Third Strike, and doing nothing, like buffering parry, is not nearly as strong as it is in Third Strike. So
speaking of, I forgot, no red parry in this game, which changes the game a lot. There are a lot of situations where if you fail a parry initially, you might not get either a punish or you might even get chipped out by something.
And the following Tuesday, we have Real Bout Fatal Fury 2. I know the 2's not on there, but you'll just have to believe me. This is a Fatal Fury game where you have ring outs and stuff in this one, right?
That is not in 2. I think they kind of dialed it back. In 1 they had the straight ring outs. In Special they had the wall break, where it would stun you if you broke that part of the stage. So it still kind of had the feel where it's like if you get cornered, it can be very bad for you. In the game, not so much. It takes over a bit of a more defensive profile, but you've got combo chains. Everyone's got a guard cancel that is a specific special. It's not like a generic guard cancel, and it's not any special. So there's a lot to dig in there with regards to like character kits, and it's a pretty well balanced game that's, you know, got stuff going for it.
Yeah, I was under the impression that this game was fairly well developed. I know there's a handful of very straightforward corner infinites that if you get them, like if the situation arises, you just breakdance on them in the corner.
Yeah, it's funny like that because it's hard to do things like, you know, there's a bit of throw protection, so you can't take throw people. A lot of the overheads that exist in this game are like fairly reactable if you're trained for it. So when it gets down to it, it's a game about like solid neutral, which is really interesting, especially when you combine that with feints, which every character's got a couple different feint specials they can do, much like, you know, Garo and the latest City of the Wolves, which would retain that. Yeah, but this is an entirely different game from that.
Hell yeah. All right, before we get back into some matches, I do want to let you know about someone we're partnering with. We have Pride FGC. The community lab joins the online major Pride FGC. Hosted by Odin's Eye Gaming from June 20th to 22nd, several community orgs, including Boston Blue Beat and Snailedom, come together to host tournaments in a bunch of games. You can enter all games for only one $5 donation to the Trevor Project. You can visit the event page at start.gg/PrideFGC for more information.
So yeah, this was kind of brought on by me seeing like their game lineup. And well, I mean, first of all, this event was brought to my attention when someone in another Discord posted about it in regards to like, this is an event that is, you know, an online major. So they'll have other things going on the streams. They'll have a sort of online artist alley that you can check out. And it's all for charity, so it's all good. You know, join in and, you know, support a good cause. But basically, I saw that they were running Digimon Rumble Arena.
Hell yeah.
By Combos and Compendiums was running Digimon Rumble Arena. So I was like, okay, would you guys be willing to have me on to run a game? And we eventually settled on Sailor Moon S, which is, you know, kind of a well-known classic game that's got, you know, a lot of interesting things going on, where the whole power level of that game is really high. Every character is very good at something. So you can hop into it pretty comfortably.
Yeah. I've definitely been told it's sort of like a proto-Arxis fighter, with like crazy backdashes and stuff like that. Yeah, Lexi immediately saying that exact thing in chat. Thank you, Lexi. All right, we're gonna get back into some games in just a bit, so hang tight. We'll get you there. We have another stream match. It's gonna be SpaceySoundy versus Lexi. Lexi in the chat being like, please tell me, please. I don't want to play another Vitamin. And you know what? Fair. That character's obnoxious. We are in losers round 3. Vitamin. Yeah. Vitamin, as the announcer would call her. That character, oh boy. You know, if you play a slow character, good luck.
Stream?
They aren't in match yet, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's just us toys in here until until they get in. Oh man, this has been such a great bracket so far. I've just been having a blast. Just a lot of fun. Thank you so much for showing up, everybody. Something going on. Oh, they're in match. Okay. Hell yeah. I will stream to the Discord. Looks like I got SpaceySoundy on the right. This is just Lexi things. Really?
Oh, Peet.
Really?
Yellow Peet.
Do you have... I'm casting doubt. Do you actually have a Peet? Lexi has been working... I was under the impression that Lexi was working on another character because She was a little bit dismayed at Hero and Rue's strength in bracket. But Peet is extremely funny. This character, Mifune, I feel like handles him a little bit better than usual. Like, you can sort of just press buttons, but Mifune is known to be a pretty strong character. Oh my god. Lexi going for the red off the ring. That's a... Wow, we get the back turn red. So that's a funny red. Normally, as like a system thing, most reds are mids. So that way, we're using infinite hold. All right, I'm in. Lexi showing us that she does know, in fact, quite a bit about Peet. More than I thought, for sure. Finding a use for 66K infinite hold is a little bit odd. Okay. Spacey not finding action off the launcher. And a follow-up white. That'd be enough to take the heart.
Spacey gets another.
Does so much damage.
Evens it up. Yeah, it seems like a big slugger. Yeah, that jetpack thing can hold for indefinitely.
Oh yes.
Wild.
Peet has a bunch of moves where you can hold something forever. It's how his infinite works, which I don't think we'll see today, but it would be very funny. Okay. Lexi with a very small lead. Spacey evening it up. Now, one of the small disadvantages that Peet has in this matchup makes it a little bit different from other Mifune matchups, is that Peet really struggles to kick the ring. The beginning of the input for ring kick is how he enters his back turn stance. So trying to... Okay. Oh. I thought for sure Lexi was gonna pull something funny out. All right. We're just picking random. Gushiken. Lexi, do you have a Gushiken? Gushiken's not a bad pick, honestly. Oh my god, what a huge blue. Blue is the counter hit colored attack. So if you land a blue, it does double damage usually, sometimes triple. And Mifune, these kind of slow sword normals, is really a great character to try hitting with a blue. Of course, if Lexi wins with this game, she's going to be stuck. Oh my god, I thought for sure.
That was quite close.
Oof. All right, Spacey starting some pressure, but unfortunately, wow, eating all of these blues. Spacey is pressing. Getting punished for it. And a perfect heart for Lexi. Gushiken, not considered like an abnormally strong character or anything, but he can do the damage if you let him. Okay. AC with dwindling resources finds a heart. Oh!
Oh.
Counter hit
smart
throw
play.
On the bomber.
1-1 each.
And Lexi is locked into Gushiken.
Seems alright.
You know what? That was a pretty commanding performance. So, I imagine she'll do just fine. Spacey's been a pretty interesting player to play against. Because there's a lot of people, when they start playing this game, they can play a little bit timid or they kind of eat counter pokes all day. But Spacey will definitely mash in scenarios I'm not expecting. And it makes it a little difficult to defend against sometimes. All right, Lexi. Getting beat up a little bit. But it's even until this blue. I love when a player is
really
holding.
Just put on damage. Oh, sorry, God.
When players are holding dodge, they enter into a little idle animation where they're like hopping up and down. So it's not uncommon. Oh! We have the revenge.
Scary.
The revenge of
left.
bomber throw. Okay, pressure. Alexi does not have enough health. SpaceySoundy advancing. I did not expect that, but turns out when you lose the throw, you're gonna have trouble. GG's. I don't know how to use the in-game chat. The in-game chat for Flycast is a little funny. I won't lie to you. It's a little bit funny. Oh, we have the Kaeruman mirror match coming up next. That's gonna be fun. Doomstruck v Derpy Kong. Let the frogs fight it out. Frog fight. Derpy saying my bracket demon is defeated. Haven't you won most of these? How do you have a bracket demon? I cast doubt. Alright, they're going to be getting into match any minute now. I hope you've been enjoying... Ooh, they might have had a crash, actually. I used to end Derpy's run constantly till the first tournament with the bomber. I see. All he needed was one silly gimmick. Oh, it's a frog fight. I just gotta set up this scoreboard here.
Okay, we've got Derpy in blue and Doom in green. Derpy taking the priority here, doing some floor shenanigans, but Doom's got some back with the wake up. What is that? Reverse breaststroke.
Yeah, some of
Good
the
juggle there in
Oki,
the corner.
some of the Oki can be a little hard to run on Kaeruman up close because he can randomly start flailing. Oh, great orange off the ring. Derpy respecting Air Atemi, letting Doomstruck fall to the ground. Then find some more
lead here.
offense in order to establish his lead.
Out the floor. Derpy's ready for it. Oh, gets in with a low head charge. Headbutt, I guess.
Oh,
really just go all the way across. Oh, the air counter throw. Derpy takes it. The clinch.
fantastic. Yeah, it's so scary. Like, this game's really funny. So anytime you hit with the launcher, you really would love to continue your combo. But Air Atemi is always there to ruin your day. If you miss an Air Atemi, your character will bounce off the ground. So they can get in like additional follow-up links, which is really, really just a blast.
Going out a little more aggressive here. The dodge on. Derpy keeping him out though.
Looking pretty even so far.
Raiden blows mid-court here. Bird is watching. These
Wow,
stages, I just love these stages.
They're a lot of fun,
Derpy
aren't
gets
they?
it with the kick. Yeah, the whole thing is. I mean, got a lot of charm.
Big blue. Derpy setting him for the Derpy Bomber. Oh, but misses it. So when he's doing the little crawl across the ground, he can start mashing all the buttons all at once. And if you do it correctly, then you will get a Derpy Bomber. Derpy would also love to push Doomstruck into the corner. Oh, detect the missed throw. Derpy advancing 2-0 against his protege. Advancing further to losers semis. I'm going to winners finals. We're playing against Rowan. Alrighty.
Yeah, we are moving along here. Doing winners finals.
Yep.
Rowan and Ratttz gonna be a first to 3.
Alrighty. There we go. Looking good.
Yes. We're going with the vitamin. Ratttz sticking with Peet.
And first to 3-2. This is a serious set. Okay. Oh, good counter there. I feel like Peet has some like choice evasive buttons that can help in this matchup, but ooh, that's off to a good start.
Yeah, looking good for Ratttz here. But yeah, Vitamin has some good lows that Rowan's using to great effect here. The high-low kicks. Bit slow, but the lows, I think, they reach pretty far. Ratttz kind of stepping back, coming in when there's room. Rowan keeps her out, and we're just doing big swings here. Trying to get these hearts blown away.
It's funny. I'm only so familiar with the character strings, and the characters I've played, Neji Bird and Symbols, we haven't really seen today.
Yeah, neither at all. I think they're both really cool characters.
This is just how it
Check
happens.
out.
All the like active players right now playing Vitamin, Kaeruman, and I guess Peet occasionally. Ooh, all right, good lows.
Here from Rowan.
Very clutch dodge there from Ratttz. Right?
The throw. Oh, Ratttz
Passes them
ducks
around.
the kick and counterattack. Yep. Just goes on. I think keeps you safe from the throw. That's for sure.
Okay.
Slow's look annoying. It's the low high there. Good stuff. Tries to punish the Tatsu, but I guess the low wasn't quite the choice. Maybe just some punches could have worked. Her punches are pretty stubby.
Yeah, these are kind of the two most normal characters in the roster. It's not a Mifune with his sword normals. Ooh, good backswing there.
Which goes to Ratttz.
And Ratttz, was that an attempt at the infinite earlier with the Tatsu? Or?
Yeah, I definitely Peet can sort of chase you across the level, and then you just corner them, and then hopefully land a Tatsu, and then it's not quite GG, but it's a free art.
A little weird, yeah, because you can very easily fly off axis with that. Good escape on Rowan's end.
Kind of just waiting here. Tries to find a way in, but Ratttz shuts it out. Moves in with the flip kicks. Wake up spin kicks. That red was a low. I think Ratttz mentioned that before. One of the few red moves that are not mids. Keep guessing.
Ooh, gets the punish there. Nice.
Wow. They're ready for those meters. Same chain of throws as last time, all broken.
Oh, wow. Really good escape there.
Looking for any space here. 20 seconds on the clock, or roughly. Yep. Ratttz takes another heart. 4 hearts up.
Yeah, Ratttz has got a pretty sizable lead here, but
You come back, I mean, the throws and the bombers, I think what it would take with this much time on the clock, but Rowan's gonna put all the effort into that.
Getting put into reverse in that situation, which we've seen a couple times now, is really scary because you got like the timing aspect to it. You gotta be able to delay that escape. Okay, yeah, this is looking like the game. That's just pushing these buttons. There we go.
It's up
Looking
to
like
here. Master Emerald.
Oh,
in
the
background
dirty.
there. Oh yeah.
I actually don't know if we've seen that before in the tournament, but yeah, that's a fun little thing you can do. I wonder if there's like a penalty to that, or if it's just kind of
you lose a
funny
stock?
thing. Ah. Ooh.
Oh,
right.
you're talking about strikes before round start.
Dirty, yeah, that's what it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that had an actual effect. That's neat.
Yeah, it doesn't. If you're playing like long sets in the arcade mode, you don't recover any stocks. Wow, the star
That's
hits.
a bomber. Peet does have one of the more useful ones in the conventional use, you know, not counting the derpy bombers. Ooh. This is looking really good for Ratttz right now. And there's plenty of time for Rowan. Ah, there we go.
And that'll do it.
Yeah, getting hit by one of those really like puts the pressure on you.
GG's. Thanks for playing, Rowan. So Rowan went for it. So Peet has one of I would say the easiest to atemi bombers. If you atemi a bomber, you will I think you gain a bomber stock. And if you perfect atemi, you'll get like a notification that says Japan, and it will reflect it back at your opponent. And in fact, there have been recorded bomber wars of people parrying them back and forth, which is a lot of fun. But the risk reward is like, it's sometimes not in your favor, right? Like, you don't really want to give up 3 stocks because you think that you can do it, right? But if you do it, it's hype. Like like, shouldn't you go for it?
It's like the end game is like, well, you can just dodge it, but it's very cool that they put that in there.
Yep. I think only projectile bombers can be reflected. So if you atemi, Rowan atemi'd the Kaeruman bomber earlier, and that just makes you plus enough that you can punish your opponent. But you won't get the free 3 stocks. Up next, we have Derpy Kong versus SpaceySoundy. I gotta stream to the Discord here. on the left, I have Derpy Kong. On the right, there's SpaceySoundy. For somebody who has played this game for the first time, like today, Spacey is in like loser semis. Yeah, we're in loser semis right now. Let me.
Wow, the reverse war there is crazy. That seems like once you get like 3 deep there, that's pretty much impossible to hit, huh?
Oh my
the dirty
god!
Bomber. It can happen to you.
Wow, what a round! I'm like, I'm like futzing with the scoreboard, and it just ends.
Yeah, you just got blasted. That's crazy.
Holy shit! Oh, this game's so fun. Oh, brother. All right, pressure from Spacey. We're pressing. Derpy's definitely got some damage on the board too. It may be difficult for Spacey to defend against all of Derpy's pressure. Kaeruman's also a weird character. Like, he just attacks you from weird angles. He's got evasive buttons just like Peet, so you saw his orange launcher like ducks. A lot of, like, this game does have a lot, like, the better characters tend to have a lot of high crushing moves. Whether that's the ducking orange from Kaeruman or 2-2P, like back turn 2-2P is a universal high crush from back turn. Alrighty, Derpy Kong with quite the lead.
It's pretty interesting, yeah. Do you think it's like... I mean, I guess not every character has like a good high crush like that, yeah. You were just saying.
Yeah, and like, since highs are so fast, you kind of need a way to interact with them that's like safe. So having a high crush is pretty important, I find. Oh my god, the raw orange, but Derpy's not able to capitalize. We like when you're if you have to like check your opponent and be like, are you somebody who would air Temis like regularly? If that's you, I gotta make sure that that doesn't happen to me. You know, you don't want to lose 2 hearts to that. Aerotemis are so hard to tech.
It is also somewhat of a hard mechanic to use. I think if you start playing this game, it's easy to forget it's there.
Derpy. Very commanding 2-0.
I hit the input like too early, and it just kind of, yeah, you end up bouncing and more damage. So it's something you like. You don't want to use unless you're confident it's going to work out.
Alrighty, we're heading over to losers finals.
I will say having it be like 2 hearts worth makes it pretty balanced risk reward wise. I like that about it.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since as like there are a bunch of characters who have like really dorky step back, step forward, pokey neutral. And the only way to get some energy back into the game, like get some excitement, is to have some big damaging moves like throws and bombers and stuff. So on the left, I have rowanfr. On the right, I have Derpy Kong. Am I streaming to the Discord yet?
I don't see it, no.
Sorry.
Oh. No big deal.
No big.
Right. And we got Vitamin versus Kaeruman.
Yeah, the rematch.
Once again. Yep. Once again.
Does this make it so the Vitamin is British? Because that's the very British pronunciation of it.
Yeah, you know, I imagine that's probably just how they were taught to speak English in Japan or something. Like, I imagine that that's not the only Britishism that's common in Japan.
Never thought about it, yeah, because I mostly see, like, English, gratuitous English in, like, text more than anything.
Alrighty. Rowan fishing for her second heart, but Derpy finds one first. The raw bomber. You know, honestly, the raw bomber on on Oki, I feel like it's pretty decent. It's
Work
not
out,
like
yeah.
huge or anything. If your opponent's like slow to react to it, they're forced to block it in order to get the best reward. Generally, like the safest option is to block it. And when you do that, it deletes your whole health bar as punishment. And that can be pretty brutal. All right, Derpy's defense has definitely shaped up a little bit since our first match here. Derpy's definitely looking for a way in. Kind of struggling to find it. Vitamin is a very challenging character to find opportunities on for some characters. And Rowan's defense is pretty good too.
It's a launcher in. Even on hearts here, but Derpy's down health. It goes for it. What happened? Did it get parried?
Rowan blocked it.
You just block it.
Yeah, but you lose a whole health bar. It's not great
I
for
see.
you. Rowan is now really on the back foot here. There's 8 seconds left on the clock in this first to three match. But time is definitely on Rowan's side. A little bit of patient play. Rowan's rewarded with their first game. Okay, a great sequence from Rowan. Getting the damage. And Derpy has not found like the significant knockdown that he would like to set up a Derpy bomber. Okay, here's a good opportunity, but
Counter
fortunately
special.
mashing. Derpy's
Counter
even.
special.
Yep, go ahead.
That put her in a Vitamin in a crumple state.
Yes. Yeah, so when you get a counter hit blue, it depends. The counter hit changes depending on your opponent's state. If you're back turned, it often gives you a crumple and gives you even more Oki than usual. Derpy's fishing for it. I would love a free health bar. Can you give me a free health bar or go try to counter it? Like, that would be great. Derpy's like going into frog stance without a knockdown, probably fishing for a Derpy bomber. But Rowan, with this pressure, makes it very difficult for Derpy to find that action. With these long legs, keeping Derpy out here. Yeah, now we're fishing for oranges. We would love a good launcher here, but Rowan actually, secretly, Rowan has some really scary air atemi tech. I've gotten a launcher on
There's the
Rowan
crumple
before,
and
and
the
I
follow-up.
really regretted it. Rowan going 2-0 so far. Looking pretty in control. Looks like Derpy dropped an opportunity for a Derpy bomber and is raging. I love the open curly brace in input. Derpy. Rowan applying some pressure. Derpy looking for something off the ring. We would love an orange here, but Rowan is just not running at Derpy. So, oh, no throw. With these long legs, Derpy is just like, cannot get in.
It was very challenging. This matchup especially. What? Okay, just running in.
Getting
Turn
back
some
turn
throw
off
pressure.
of throw break is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Normally you have to go deep. Most characters, you don't get like the serious advantage states until you start getting into reversal breaks. So getting it off of like a raw throw like that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, Derpy, his lunging white actually loses to this standing kick. He might just not know where he can find a move with strong enough priority to deal with Vitamin. Okay, he doesn't go for a bomber there off of the crouching attacks. And Rowan, very stable. Very in control. The pan. I love the sound effect of the pan. Bonk. Poing. This is actually something Rowan made me wake up to. Is that I would always tech away. And Rowan would run and chase with running K. You don't have to let people like back roll away for free. You know, you can just run at them. And get a free knockdown.
And counter. And Rowan takes a 3-0.
A commanding 3-0. Thank you so much for playing Derpy. Congratulations on third. We're going over to grand finals. Let me...
So we got the Rowan and Ratttz matchup. Be a good one. Oh, are you still there?
I am still...
Yeah, I'm chill.
Okay,
I can
cool.
pick it up, yeah.
All right, we got the stream live. Boy fight is about to begin. Looking good. Ratttz on player 1 side, Rowan on player 2. You're gonna see Peet and Vitamin fight again.
Pretty funny. I feel like Peet has been pretty underrated, yeah.
Yeah. But he seems quite good. The high-low mix-up, like the mix-ups he's got, especially cool. Got some neat tech, that air hang thing and bomber cancel. It's been mentioned. The spinning kick move seems quite effective. Apparently infinite. So, I mean, overall, no slouch. No slouch. Doesn't have the range that Vitamin has, but makes up for it in some other ways.
Yeah, they're both kind of constantly looking for a good position here.
Starting off close. 1 heart each.
Ooh, nice.
It is a shame to be so afraid to juggle because of the potential blowback, but I understand. You don't want to lose 2 hearts just for trying to get some strike damage in. That's up 4 here, but low on health. It was another stock. Oh, gets the juggle, and because Rowan was turned the other way, it's safe to follow up, I think. 3 hearts each now. Defense from Rowan here. Back with a throw, gets broken. That's with the jab pressure. Gets that heart out.
Right. Yeah, I feel like we're rapidly kind of approaching and escaping the corner here. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you're going back and forth. I mean, there's stuff with the ring. That
Oh,
you have to be
right into
mindful
the
of.
throw.
Oh, yeah, back to it. back-to-back throws. 1 life point. That's a 3-1 here. 3-1 on hearts. The throw is kind of a Hail Mary that you could throw out pretty safely, I guess. Well, when it depends on the tech window of like what type of throw, I suppose. Cancels the bomber. Gonna bait some aggressiveness out of Rowan, I think. Alright, Ratttz up 1. We get the rematch under the sea. Atlantis here, I think. Wait for those opportunities, throw out some nice mid-range kicks. Ooh, the bounce. That running kick does a lot of work. Yeah.
Oh my god. I've never seen that before. That's cool.
Even on hearts here. That's up 1 still. Right. Now Rowan's got 4 hearts, Ratttz on 3.
Yeah, a bit of back turn shenanigans happening here. Ooh.
Back turn.
Yeah, these vitamin buttons are no joke. Oh, trying to both throw each other. Yeah, Ratttz really looking for some sort of counter poke here, or maybe a good dodge punish, but not quite coming together yet.
Yeah, Rowan holding steady with the block and counter kick kind of strategy. Worked out quite well there.
Yeah, it looks like after that throw tech, that's a pretty good spot for Peet. Oh. Alright, ring kick. Bring her right back in. Okay, good jabs here. Yeah, I think if we can kind of hold them down with the jabs, it can make all your other options a bit more threatening. Facing a bit of a standoff here in the neutral. Good swing. Ratttz is definitely making her way back in this match. Yep, we're right back against the edge of the ring here. Might only be a few more hits here for Ratttz to seal this. The time is getting closer.
10 seconds left. Rowan loses another stock.
Yeah, that running KK string seems pretty safe. You gotta block it high, so you always gotta watch.
Yeah. Does this ring have an edge? Like, I haven't seen any ring outs, but there appears to be an edge of the stage. 1 second
might be
remains.
Cosmetic.
Ooh. It might be cosmetic. Yeah, the ring might not advance there.
Every stage has a wall that you can't move past, which means that my infinite's always on the table, basically.
That's true. A lot of those 6/6Ks coming out, which is one of Peet's moves. You can infinite hold, which is very funny. He just kind of floats there. Yep. And that move in his list is actually called Halley's Comet. He's got a bunch of space theme moves. Ooh.
It's most of this, but it does get to block. Okay, some counterattacks here. There we go. 1 stock down on each. Oh, I thought that throw was in.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a punish.
I want it so bad. Do you have any idea?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd be the same that situation.
It's down 2 stocks. Kind of finding a groove here, I think. On stocks now. That's a very defensive round from Rowan. Find some space to do some counter work here. Ratttz coming out swinging. Rowan staying back to the ring. Back. Looking middle, kind of neutral here. 20 seconds left. Both regaining some life off the inaction. Good break.
Yep. Yeah, I actually didn't notice that you would gain life back. That's pretty interesting. They're neck and neck right now. Oh.
You can't tell if anything makes you gain life faster, but just time passing definitely does. If it's red damage, I think there's also probably just not red damage.
We are both here, 2 lives apiece, full health.
5 seconds left. We're just looking for the life lead, basically, or a clutch
literally
throw.
Every single hit here matters. Let's go. Okay.
Looking like Ratttz got it. Yeah, for sure.
Ratttz holding on to the last second there.
Oh my god, you gotta you gotta make the sound like you're holding a really hot plate. Like
Yeah.
oh, thanks for
It's-
playing, Rowan.
It's really interesting though. This game's got all sorts of like wacky attack properties, and you know, throws are so threatening because they take 2 life points. And when it comes down to it, you can, you know, play around it very defensively. And that's, you know, that's kind of good for the game in some ways.
All right.
When you get down to it, you know, this is a pretty solid fighter, all things considered.
All right, before we let you go, I do want to remind you all about some upcoming events here at the Community Lab. Next week, next Tuesday, June 17th, we have Ring of Destruction Slam Masters 2. This is the funny wrestling game from Capcom, except it's more of a really unusual take on some of the... They have the Darkstalkers chaining, they have the big long jumps from across the field. When you super, you slam your opponent through the mat. It's got style. It's got a lot of action. I think you'll really dig it. The following Tuesday, we have One-on-One, the funny basketball fighting game on the PS1. It's got its own set of RPS based around blocking, stealing, and moving. Your face buttons allow you to drift past your opponent to get closer to the net in order to get a dunk or a shot. Following Tuesday, we have Street Fighter 3 Second Impact Giant Attack. This is the funny Street Fighter 3. You have Akuma with the scariest dive kick. Ibuki and Sean are characters that you can pick that you will not be sad that you picked. I think you'll really, really dig it. Oh, there's no red parry. Offense.
Yeah.
This is the Street Fighter 3 with offense. You're going to really dig it.
Very true.
The following Tuesday, July 8th, we have Real Bout Fatal Fury 2. This is a little bit toned down from the original Real Bout, as I understand it, but it's also a fairly well-developed game with a great wiki, and so it's got its own grime. It's definitely a 90s fighting game. You can definitely infinite people in the corner, but I think you'll really dig it. Seeing all your Fatal Fury favorite characters back, and playing a slightly more grounded game than the original Real Bout. And of course, don't forget, we also have Pride FGC benefiting the Trevor Project. The Community Lab joins the online major Pride FGC, hosted by Odin's Eye Gaming from June 20th to 22nd. Several community orgs, including Boston Blue Beat and Snailedom, have come together to host tournaments in a bunch of games. You can enter all games for one $5 donation to the Trevor Project. You can visit dartgg/pridefgc, or at any time while this is running, hit !pride, and we'll tell you all about it. That's it for us.
Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, sorry. Thank you all so much for coming out. This has been a really fun game to watch. And I just want to specify a couple more things about Pride FGC, right? So obviously you can donate at Tiltify, and they've got just a ton of games, anything from Sailor Moon S, which we're running, to Dragon Ball Fighters, to Melty Blood, and even a mystery game bracket. So definitely look out for that.
Hell yeah. Is there anybody you want to raid on our way out, Bear?
Yeah, let me give a quick check. Doesn't really look like anyone at the moment.
Yep.
So yeah, y'all take care.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. We'll see you later.